So Westworld Season 4 ended on a big cliffhanger with a lot of unanswered questions and a lot of deaths. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right in.
What happens next?
The episode opens with a big battle royale styled fight to the death between all the surviving humans left in the world. This basically carries on from what we saw in the end of the previous episode, where host William sets out a new game where it's the survival of the fittest, and every human fights each other to the death until there's no one left standing. We also get a cool cameo from Trevor from the GTA game playing a host. His cameo though was quite short as he was killed with an axe in the head from a random human. The scene finally ends with the kid sniping the last surviving human and looting their bodies. Host William then shows up and kills the kid, calling him a camper. The opening scene is basically trying to throw in as many gaming Easter eggs as they possibly could, because this whole ending is based on the one last game, the survival of the fittest. That's why they had a cameo from Trevor and host William himself calling a kid camper, and the kid himself looting the dead, as you would in a battle royale game. We then learn that Hale survived the headshot from host William in the previous episode and gets a big upgrade to take down host William. We also learned that the message Bernard left in the previous episode was meant for Hale, sending Hale to finish what he started. Hale then takes Dolores' pearl and heads towards the Sublime. This revealed that Christina is actually just Dolores inside her pearl, and most of the characters she interacted with throughout the season, mainly her roommate and Teddy himself, were created by Dolores. We then cut to Hale setting Clementine go free to do as she wishes, which turns out to be a bad thing since she goes on to kill poor Stubbs and almost immediately after gets killed by Frankie. Eventually, Hale and host William bump into each other at the Sublime, and we get an interesting interaction between them. Host William says that he is William, and that he's a better version of the real William, and that William has not died but rather evolved. Hale then says, "No, you're not. You're not the real William." To which host William says, "If you can't tell the difference, does it really matter?" So I felt like this was a show telling us that, don't be sad that the real William is dead, because this is still William, or a better version of William. Or at least I thought that was the case, until Hale pretty much shoots William point blank in the head with the gun left behind by Bernard from the previous episode. I still hope that host William is still alive, because William is one of my favorite characters in the show. But Hale goes on to crush his pearl, so I don't think he'll be coming back. But crossing my fingers, let's see. We then cut to Caleb saying his final goodbyes to his daughter, as he reveals that he is in fact a host and not the real father. The two share a touching moment, and Frankie then goes on to try and survive in this new apocalyptical world. Now at the end, Hale finally finishes what Bernard started by connecting Dolores' pearl to the Sublime. We find out that Bernard's final plan was for Dolores to run one last game in the Sublime, and the real world is gone. Almost every human is eventually going to die. Some may survive for a couple of years, but eventually all of them will die. So I guess from now on, the show is going to take place purely in the Sublime. We finally cut to Dolores creating a version of Westworld in the Sublime. This means that Season 5 is going to take place right back where it started, back in Westworld. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely excited. They're going back to their roots, which is basically Season 1 of Westworld, which is the best season of Westworld in my opinion. And I think Dolores is going to bring back everybody who's died into the Sublime, because she does go on to talk about how they live for as long as the last person remembers them, or something like that. That's one of the quotes that I've also heard for a long time now. So this pretty much implies that Dolores might be bringing back everybody into the Sublime, just like how she created Teddy. At least that's what I'm hoping. I really badly want Bernard, William, and everybody else to come back. But I don't think she'd bring back William, but I don't know. Still crossing my fingers. I hope she comes back. I hope all of them come back. Anyway, that was my ending explained for the Westworld Season 4, and I hope you enjoyed, and like and subscribe for more. Thank you. Peace out.